Hey everyone, it's Molly. Today we're making something out of this little cookbook that I found in the antique store here. Shelton, Washington's about 20-30 minutes north of where I'm at. I'm in Olympia. And so I thought we'd make this Missouri mix. It's a biscuit mix. And then we're going to follow the recipe either for the basic biscuits or the barbecue bread. I don't have sesame seeds, so we'll have to leave those out. I'll have to see if I have all the ingredients for this, but we're going to make one of these two recipes out of this biscuit mix. So I will post the recipe down below in the video description for you guys, so you'll have that there. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I have 9 cups of flour in this bowl, and we're just going to add non-fat milk powder, a lot of baking powder, and salt. And again, like I said earlier, I will post the recipe down below in the video's description box for you guys, so you're not having to like write it down as I talk. It's down below for you. And then you just whisk this all together. You could sift this together, but my sifter is in my pool. Don't ask why. And I still have to go out there and get it. So I'm just gonna whisk it together and just make sure it's all nice and incorporated. And then we're going to cut in some vegetable shortening. The recipe also says that you could use lard if you prefer. I've never used lard, but I have vegetable shortening on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. And it says to just, it says to cut the vegetable shortening in until all pieces of fat are well coated with the flour mixture. Let me just get all that off. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to use a pastry blender. I was trying to think of a faster way to do this, and I was thinking, well, could I do this in my food processor? But I can't fit 9 cups of flour in there. It's not big enough. So I think it's going to be just this way. And then I'm just going to keep this in a big Tupperware container out in my garage fridge. It doesn't say you have to keep this in the fridge. I mean, really, you could just probably keep it at room temperature as long as it wasn't extreme. But I'm just going to keep it in the fridge. Why not? Let me speed this up for you guys so you're not having to sit here and watch me. Okay. Let me see if I can't give you guys a close-up of it. Looks like kind of like sand. If you can see that, kind of looks like sand. So let's see. Yeah, it says just to work the shortening in there until it resembles coarse cornmeal, which it does. And it says it yields about 13 cups of mix. Oh, it does have storage instructions. It says to store, put in a container. If vegetable shortening is used, may be stored at room temperature for 6 weeks. If lard is used for mix, it must be refrigerated. So if you use vegetable shortening, you can store this at room temperature. If you use lard, it's got to go in the fridge and be stored there. So there you go. I should have probably read the full recipe before I commented. All right, so let me go see if I have all the ingredients for the barbecue bread, because that looks interesting. I'm making beef stew for dinner, and I've got that in the oven right now. And that barbecue bread sounds kind of good, so I'll be right back. Okay, I was looking for onion soup mix, and all right, I don't have makeup on. I was looking for onion soup mix, and I don't have any, so I'm just going to make the plain ones. But let me get this into my Tupperware, so that we can use a bowl. And actually, I still have an hour left on my stew. I'm gonna pop this in the fridge, and then we'll come back and make the biscuits, because my oven is being used right now for the stew. So see you guys in just a minute. Oh, I am recording. Okay, so I'm back. My oven's free, and it's preheating to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think I'm debating whether or not I should double this biscuit recipe. So we're making the basic biscuits because I don't have the stuff to make the barbecue biscuits. That's okay, I think it'll still be good. So I'm actually gonna double this recipe, and I will also include the recipe for the basic biscuits down below in the video's description box. So I'm doubling it, so I need 4 cups of mix and 1 cup of water. And it says stir 20 to 25 times. So 1, 2, 3. I gotta let my dog in. I'll be right back. Okay, now we have to knead it about 15 times on a lightly floured surface, and I'm just putting a towel down with some flour because I have tile countertops and I don't like the flour getting into the tile or into the grout. It just makes it too messy. So let me turn this out. And it says knead about 15 times. It's a little sticky, but not too bad. Okay, and now it says to roll to a 1/2 inch thickness and cut with a biscuit cutter or cut into squares. I'm just going to cut it into squares. And I doubled the recipe because I doubled my stew recipe and bringing my father-in-law some dinner. He just moved into a new house. All right, I'm gonna go grab some parchment paper. Okay, I just have a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, and I'm just gonna cut this into squares. And they won't be perfect, but that's okay. Some of these are kind of big. And I'll just transfer them to the parchment paper. And then, let's see. So, oh, you're supposed to cut it with a floured knife. They bake at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, and I still have a ways to go with my oven preheating, so I will show you guys when these are done. They puffed up quite a bit. I guess I don't know what I was expecting, but they look pretty good. I'm excited. Let me turn off the oven. Off. Look at that. Wow. They smell really good. I'll wait till Dan comes home before we test these out. So I think this will be good with beef stew. So I transferred my stew to the crock pot. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Yes. I'm excited.
So what do you got here?
Those are MISSOURI Mix Biscuits.
We're good?
Yeah. They're basically just a baking powder biscuit.
Did you try one?
I did.
What'd you think?
I thought they were really good, but I had mine was hot out of the oven, so.
Well, that's no comparison.
Well, I made beef stew, and I thought that would go good with the beef stew, and then I thought we could take your dad some.
Okay.
So,
yeah, it tastes really good.
Thanks. Yeah, they're light and fluffy, and they have good flavor. And that's a handy mix to keep on hand. There was also a, I forget what it was called, Western cowboy biscuit. I can't remember what it was called, but they had like cheese and onion soup mix and all this stuff in it, but it didn't have some of the ingredients.
Couldn't it be a Western cowgirl biscuit?
I mean, it could be. So this recipe comes from this Granny's Kitchen. It's a compilation of recipes that were submitted by the Mason County Senior Center in Shelton, Washington. And this is from 1975. So it's just a collection of their recipes that they got together. Barbecue bread. It was called barbecue bread. So yeah, I think I will always keep this mix on hand. And I Googled Missouri Mix, and it's a thing. It's a thing. There are recipes for it online. So yeah, I don't know why it got that name, but it was really good, and it's handy to have on hand.
You know what would be a good bread for you to try to make?
What?
Fry bread.
Oh yeah, I'll have to find a recipe for that. I mean, stupid question, but it's fried, right?
Yes.
Like deep fried? Ooh, I can't eat that.
Like the
but you
one we
can.
got at the reservation.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
My friend's mom used to make it growing up. It was really good.
Didn't it have cinnamon sugar on it?
Not the one I don't do that, but I just like the bread.
You just like the bread. I remember it being good. I can't eat a whole lot of fried food because I don't have a gallbladder.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
Okay.
Hold this up. Okay, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye.